Hey guys, Gizmoddict here, and it's time for another Q&A. So a couple of days back, I put up a post on the community tab asking you guys for your questions for the April 2019 Q&A. So I did a Q&A last month in March, and this one's for April, so I'm planning to turn this into a monthly series, and I'm pretty much on schedule here. So yeah, I'm gonna answer some of the questions that were asked in the community tab post. So if you don't want to miss out next time, please subscribe to the channel and also follow my Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram pages because you can ask me questions there as well. So we're going to start answering all of the questions. I have the questions on my Galaxy S10 Plus. Yes, that's the phone that I've been using right now. Review would be coming soon. But anyways, let's get started with the questions. So the first is the most generic question that I've been getting a lot lately ever since the Realme 3 Pro has been announced. Where is my Realme 3 Pro review? Because you might have seen everyone posting videos about this phone, but I've posted 0 videos about it. So everyone is confused, where is my video about this phone? So allow me to explain. So the thing is, I don't have any contact with the Realme team or their PR team. So basically a lot of these reviewers get their units before the launch so that they can test the phone out and they can put out their verdict before the phone actually goes on sale. So the thing is, I sometimes get review units before launch. I've gotten it with the Zenfone Max Pro M2. But with the other brands, be it Xiaomi, Realme or something like that, I don't get review units from those brands. I still buy more than 90% of the phones that I review. None of the companies send me review units. So that's the reason why you haven't seen any videos from my side for the Realme 3 Pro. I've tried contacting the Realme team, but then unfortunately no one has gotten back. So I will be waiting for the first sale. I will be buying it in the first sale and only then I can make videos about it. I'm really sorry about the delay, but I really can't do anything because I haven't gotten the review unit for the Realme 3 Pro. So yeah, that's the reason why there has been no content about the Realme 3 Pro and it will be coming next week. The next question is from Techno JJ and it's on very similar lines. He's asking, are you offended on Realme and other brands not supplying you review unit, and also how does it feel? To be honest, I am not really offended because brands don't send me review units. I mean, you have to see, there are tons and tons of tech reviewers in the YouTube space and it's really impossible to give each and every reviewer a unit on the launch day. So I get it why I don't get review units, because it's impossible for every brand to give phones to every reviewer. So it's okay, I'm not offended, but yeah, it's kind of annoying because a lot of the other reviewers can post their video on the launch day itself. But then I, on the other hand, have to wait for the phone to go on sale and then I get the phone. So there's that 7 to 10 days gap where you miss out on the views. You don't get a lot of attention on your channel because you're uploading late and the channel growth is also delayed. Plus I also have to buy my review units and sell them, so I make a bit of a loss when I sell them. So once again, that is also another factor that bums me out, because you have to make a loss on the phone, the videos don't get a lot of attention, and all in all it's kind of not very motivating. But I think that's okay, because as long as I'm making honest videos and you guys are liking it, that's the thing that matters. The goal is to stay unbiased and to not, get influenced by any brand to say positive things for money and for review units. So that has always been my goal, to give honest, unbiased reviews, and that is why I've never been offended or annoyed because brands don't send me review units. It's okay. I get it why they don't, and I can't really do anything about it. How long can we stick with the same smartphone in these days? To be honest, it actually depends on the type of smartphone that you're buying. If you're buying a cheap phone around, let's say 10 to 15,000 rupees, then I think 1.5 years is a good cycle to keep your phone, because you can sell the phone, not lose a lot of money, and then buy another one in the same price bracket. Because let's be honest, apart from the flagship, the mid-range is where the real attention is, at least in India. You've got so many changes in every 6 months that it makes sense to, upgrade after 1.5 years. If you're using a cheap phone, maybe 1 year or 1.5 years is okay. But if you're buying an expensive phone, like let's say in the OnePlus 60 territory, then keeping the phone for at least 2 years makes sense. And if you're going even beyond that, like iPhone and something like that, unless you're super rich, I think it's okay to use your phone for almost 3 years. So yeah, it's basically dependent on the phone that you're buying and the amount of money you're willing to spend on every phone. Some people are going to buy the new iPhone every year. Some people don't change their phone until like 3 years. If your phone is working fine, it is satisfying all of your needs, you're not facing any problems with your phone, then I don't think you need to change your phone. It completely depends on the user and there is no specific timeline as to when you should change your phone. Next question is, where is your silver play button? So as you all know, a couple of weeks back I did cross 100,000 subscribers on the channel, so that's a huge milestone. Thank you to all of that for doing that. And regarding the silver play button, so every channel that crosses 100,000 subscribers gets the silver play button. So I've actually spoke with the YouTube India team and they said that it's on its way. So YouTube takes a bit of a time to process the subscribers number, then release the silver play button. So it's a long process. I think it will take a month But then yes, my silver play button is mostly coming, and the day it comes I will be making an unboxing video for it. So yeah, do stay tuned for that. And yes, my silver play button is on the way and will be coming very soon. How did you manage studies and YouTube? So as you all know that I finished my engineering last year, so I was in engineering for the last 4 years, and to be honest, it's quite difficult to manage YouTube and studies, but then you have to learn to prioritize. To be honest, when I was doing my engineering, my sole goal was to finish that degree first, because I don't advise you guys to skip your education for YouTube, because you have to realize that YouTube is not a full-time 100% reliable career for majority of the people. What you need to do is you need to get a degree first, so that in case things don't work out, you have a degree to rely on. So yeah, when I was in engineering, my priority was engineering and then YouTube. And you might have seen with my upload frequency and things like that, I didn't upload videos that often that I do right now when I'm doing full time. So yeah, you have to prioritize things, and education comes first and then videos. Every time I used to get free time from my college and from my assignments, I used to make videos. So there's a lot of time in the day, that 24 hours in the day you can still take out time if you really love doing YouTube, but you shouldn't compromise on your education at all. Education is really important. At least get one proper degree, and after that pursue whatever you want to. Redmi Note 7 or Note 7 Pro, which one should I go for if I'm a regular user and not a hardcore gamer? Well, that completely depends on your budget and the amount of money that you're willing to spend on the phone. If you don't mind spending 14,000 rupees, I'd recommend you to go with the Redmi Note 7 Pro. But then getting that phone is kind of difficult, so you can go with the Redmi Note 7. It's a very good phone, the cameras are really good, and if you're not going to play games like PUBG and things like that, like you said, I think it's good enough for your usage. You won't feel like you're using a cheap phone, and overall, even in day-to-day usage and even with mildly intensive tasks, the phone is completely fine. I think it's one of the best performing phones in its price segment. So if you don't want to spend 14,000 rupees, just go get the Redmi Note 7 for 10,000 rupees. You can also check out Zenfone Max Pro M2, because that phone is also equally good in that price bracket. The next question is it worth to buy an LG V30 Plus in 2019 at 25k? Well, LG V30 Plus is kind of an old smartphone now, and for 25,000 rupees you get a lot of other phones like the Zenfone 5Z, the Poco F1. So those phones are, latest, they've got newer chipsets, and I think they'll be better overall in terms of their user interface, their camera performance and things like that. The LG V30 Plus is not bad. I think the DAC that the LG V30 Plus has is very good, and if you're someone who really values the audio a lot through headphones, then you might like the LG V30 Plus. But apart from that, unless you're a very, hardcore audiophile, I would not recommend you to go with the V30 Plus in 2019. It doesn't make that much of a sense. Should I pick Honor Play instead of Redmi Note 7 Pro? I don't game much. I want a flagship-like experience, as I lost my OnePlus 5T certain days back. So Sanjay, no, don't buy the Honor Play. I don't think it gives you a flagship-like experience. I've made a review about that phone as well. And the Redmi Note 7 Pro or even the Realme 3 Pro would be far better than the Honor Play. The Honor Play is already an old device, and I don't think you should be buying that phone. Just go with the Redmi Note 7 Pro or Realme 3 Pro, because those phones will have better camera. I think they're good enough in performance as well, and overall, I think Honor Play is kind of old now and you should not be buying that phone. Atharva is asking, can you tell me an estimate when will Poco F2 release and what would be the price? Well, in my previous videos I've said that the Poco F2 is not coming anytime before June, and I think that's going to happen. Poco F2 is not coming until June or July. The Poco F1 I think came in August. So considering that, I think the phone will come around June or July. Xiaomi is still pushing a lot of new updates on the Poco F1, and they are trying to push as much of the phones as they can. So I don't think the Poco F1 is launching anytime soon. It's gonna come by July, and I think pricing would be similar to what we've seen on the Poco F1. It might be 1,000 or 2,000 rupees more, but I don't think there will be a drastic price difference in the Poco F2 as compared to the Poco F1, because that's the ultimate selling point of the Poco F1. Will the Snapdragon 675 last at least 2 years, or should I get the Snapdragon 845 instead? So I think your question is with respect to the Poco F1 and the Redmi Note 7 Pro. Well, honestly, if you're going to use your phone for 2 years, just go with the Snapdragon 845. The Snapdragon 675 is not bad, but then the 845 is more future-proof. It's got more power, so if you're going to use your phone for at least 2 years, go with the Snapdragon 445 and not the 675. Where's your review about the Pi update for the Zenfone Max Pro M2? So I was planning to make a re-review of the Zenfone Max Pro M2 as well as the Zenfone Max Pro M1 with Android Pi, but I think Asus has pulled down the update back. I couldn't find it on the Asus website. So I don't know what's going on with them. So when the update is finally available once again, I will be installing it on my phone and making a full review about it. Don't worry, I've not forgotten the Max Pro M1 and the M2. Best phone under 15k. I think it's gonna be a tie between Realme 3 Pro and the Redmi Note 7 Pro. I can't tell you my verdict as of now because I haven't used the Realme 3 Pro, but wait for a week or two and you will have an answer from my side as well. Please make a tutorial on how to shoot pics using manual controls. So a lot of these phones are lately coming with manual mode for photography, and a lot of you guys want a tutorial about it. But I think there are already a lot of tutorial videos online, so I don't think there is a need to make one more. But in case you still want a video from my side, then please let me know and I'll make sure that I make it. Do vote in the poll here and I'll think about it. How to shoot raw videos in a smartphone? Please reply. Well, you can't shoot raw videos in smartphones. You can't even shoot raw videos on a lot of expensive cameras. It's only the pro cinema grade cameras which let you record videos in RAW. So you cannot record videos in RAW on smartphone cameras, but yeah, you can record them using manual controls and in a flat profile like log or something like that. So if you have apps like Filmic Pro or Cinema 4K, you can use these apps to have some manual control over your video. But then if you're going to talk about the actual raw video like we shoot raw photos, you cannot do that on a smartphone. Have you found any Gcam APK for the Galaxy A50? No, none of them are working. What are the uses of Camera2 API? So Camera2 API basically lets third-party apps, so the apps which are not from the company, take full advantage of the camera sensor on the phone. So as you know, a lot of brands like Asus or Xiaomi, they don't make their stock camera apps very well. So when you have Camera2 API enabled, third-party apps like Google Camera can take full advantage of that sensor, and you can click a lot better photos than you can click with the stock camera of the phone. So that is the significance of Camera2 API. Plus you get manual controls in photography, you get manual controls in video. So a lot of the control is in your hands and you can actually take better photos and better videos with Camera2 API enabled. So that is why Camera2 API is of utmost importance, and I feel every Android phone should come with it now. How come you're so awesome? Bachpan se hai yaar. What's your real name? So with that, it's time to end the Q&A. It was very nice to answer all of your questions. It's nice when you guys engage with me. It's nice to answer your questions, answer your queries, and it's nice to, have that connection between the fans and the creators. So anyways, once again, thanks a lot for asking all of these questions. If I missed out your question, you can ask it in the next month's Q&A. And if you're a new subscriber and you want to ask questions, definitely make sure you press the subscribe button and press the bell icon, and you follow me on my social media pages so that you guys can ask your questions the next time I'm doing a Q&A. Anyways, that's all for this video. Thanks for watching. If you guys enjoyed watching it, then please like it, and I'll be back in the notifications very, very soon. Peace.